Kevin, oh damn, I didn't even check my audio. Okay, great, cool, that works. All that, I didn't even check my audio today. Just wanted to circle back. I've been streaming every single day since probably the 18th or 19th since I turned 21. I actually thought I would totally miss the stream just because I had a few clients that popped up last minute, and I was like, frick, I forgot to block it out of my schedule. So apologize if I'm running a bit late. If you guys are tuning into here, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button as well, and I would really appreciate it. So basically what these streams are all about is just it's a typical Q&A and whatnot, but over the last few days I've been really going through a lot of different things on Reddit communities, and just seeing the front lines of what's happening in the pharmacy community. Plus, I also wanted to cover like some great businesses, some great like highlight some of the positives, man. Because honestly, the media is full of negativity and all that, and so there's a lot of, even though there's a lot of doom and gloom, all these hoarders, resellers on hand sanitizer and all that. It's there's a lot of great things happening as well. And one of the people I actually want to highlight on today's stream, let me just close out some of my things. But one of my longtime online mentors, and the reason why I call him an online mentor is because I've been kind of following him abroad. If you know my philosophy on mentors and all that sort of stuff, ideally you'd want to be able to have access to this person, but I've been learning online business. This guy, his name's Ramit Sethi. I've been following him forever. Learned everything that I did about like online businesses and all that through him. And even though there are some other people that came along the way, I just really resonate with his philosophies, and I've been talking to a lot of my friends about this guy as well. But I wanted to highlight one of his emails. Just give me one moment while I pull it up. Let's check the comments section to see what's up. I know I had a few requests about how to create how to create a remote income and whatnot, and all that. And really, I'll probably break that down, maybe do a separate presentation for that. And by the way, just full disclaimer, I am working on almost like a coaching or course, helping people, but I'm going to be having, what the fuck happened? I'm going to be working on a program, really helping people to start up their first service-based side hustle, because that's what I believe the best way to start any businesses. So I've been actually hopping on with a lot of different people in my community, just talking to them about starting a business and all that as well. So there's that. I'm going to pull up Ramit's email that was really inspiring to me, and that I want to eventually have, when I create my own team and all that as well, and create this whole remote business life. So, oh yeah. So, I also let me pull up some comments. I hear some comments in the background. Comments, reactions. YOLO says, I'm the first one on, says YOLO. What's going on? What stocks are you buying? Please tell me. I'll cover that in a second. I'm the first one on. Yes, sir. Hey, can you make a program how to make money from home? Yeah, that's actually what I'm trying to do. A legit program, not like this. There's not to say business models like Amazon FBA and all these other gurus, they like whether they work or not. They absolutely work, but do they work for everyone? And is that the best business to start? I don't always necessarily agree with that. I think service-based business is the best way to build your business acumen. It's you don't need any startup capital really. Maybe some software stuff, but we're not talking about thousands of dollars. We're talking about like $20 a month, $30 a month, right? It's like pennies, pennies. And you're actually solving a real problem, making impact and challenging yourself. So that's what I truly believe. Dr. Lee says, hey, Kevin, I still have to catch up. I still have to catch up to do. Have to watch your lives. Have to watch your last lives chat. Thanks. Appreciate it, Dr. Lee. I appreciate everybody that's kind of been tuning in these last few days. And it's been quite interesting. Like, a lot of people have been tuning in. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback as well about these streams. And one of the things I've been trying to avoid is just turning my channel into a complete live stream, channel, but I just really haven't had the time to shoot videos. I'm actually in the middle of finishing up all my content for the week and stuff like that. Gonna be shooting probably later today, since I'm by myself again, which is great, you know, because I think everybody, like people like myself, just need this. Whoops. Need the space to create kick-ass content as well, and just focus on things. And I'll show you kind of like the basic outline of what I'm doing as well on the stream. So just want to cover that, and I'll cover your stock question in a second. Okay. Let's see. So let's go on here, and I'm gonna highlight this comment too. Let's control Alt 4. Perfect. Cool. How do I switch screens? Holy shit. I'm like dealing with multiple screens here. Sorry. What the hell? Has my chat with Zach and shit. Let me just delete some of this stuff. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Sorry guys. Kind of got caught off guard. Is this better? Cool. Sort of. Let me center this a little bit more. Or maybe I should go up on this screen. I think this one's better. Yeah, so this is Ramit's email. Notice it's very similar to the email I sent you guys on the on my email newsletter. So if you haven't checked it out already, go to refugeehustle.com/join. I send a lot of personal emails. I gotta send one later today as well, or tomorrow. So I'm doing that. But one of the cool things about Ramit that I really like about Ramit is like he's a very intelligent guy. He learned from Jay Abraham. He is one of the world's best and experts on positioning. He's by far one of the most interesting people I've ever kind of read about. I love his book, and I love his interview with Jay Abraham too, as well. So you'll hear that name a lot if you're in marketing or anything like that. But I did want to highlight a few things, right? So he did say last week I held a all-team meeting where we emphasized how fortunate we are to work remotely. I reassured them that their health and family's health comes first. You know, that really shows you what a great leader is. Compare this to like a pharmacy type of career where it's like, you know what, they don't give a fuck about you. Like they don't care about you. Corporate can say anything that they want, but typically very few corporations care about your best interest, right? And that's why I feel like, you know, reading Ramit's emails and how he runs his companies is how I want to. I want to help my people first. And he talks about like, hey, if you need to take care of your family shit, you can go ahead and do that. That's great stuff, man. Go back to email. I issued $1,000 coronavirus stipend for anything someone on my team needs. Just expense it to I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and we'll cover it. You know, how rare is that? Like, how many pharmacy companies have you seen do something like that, where they kind of give back to their employees or their team and stuff like that? I haven't seen one pharmacy company quite do that yet, or at least I haven't been actively looking at it. But I'm not hearing stories where, you know, companies like CVS, Kroger, Walmart, or any of these other companies are kicking it back to their frontline people, right? And it would be very, very refreshing and a great brand move and PR move, by the way, if you did that, right? People at the end of the day want to support companies that take care of people, that have a humanistic side to them, right? At the end of the day, what is the difference between Walgreens and a company like CVS? I'm trying to think of any. Oh yeah, and Rite Aid. Very little, actually, if you think about it. The only thing I can think of is probably business moves where, you know, companies like CVS control the whole supply chain. But in terms of branding, I don't really see a huge difference. And I think like doing something small like this really makes a huge impact as well. So really interesting. He also throws it back on them, tells them, and this is how you know he's a good leader too, because, you know, he's trusting them to fill out a contingency plan in case it gets sick, so the company knows how to pick up their work immediately, right? Asking for their feedback, empowering them to kind of do this work just in case they leave. And as well, he had to do a hiring freeze. I think most companies are doing a hiring freeze right now. Better to overact now than panic later. So I just thought, Ramit's doing a fucking killer job. There's some other companies I want to shout out, but Ramit's always been really close to my heart, in terms of business, and I always aspire to be more and more like him every single day, man. So, YOLO is doing a tear emoji right now. I want to show you some of the stuff I've been working on too. I don't know if it's a little premature, but I always want to focus on being very transparent with y'all, as transparent as I can. Some of the stuff I obviously can't share with you guys because I have like NDAs and stuff like that as well. So if I ever not share anything, that's probably why. But if it's my personal stuff, typically I'm open to showing it outside, as long as that's not like tied to my social security number or anything personal where people can rob me dry. I'm totally cool with that. So let's kind of open up some things recently that I've been working on. So some cool tools I've been actually using recently. So I actually got a domain, mykickassproducts.com. I'm going to turn that into an affiliate site, by the way. So if you guys if you ever want to support my channel, Refugee Hustle, or anything like that, you guys can probably go there. It's not set up yet, by the way, so don't even try going there yet. But recently let me see if I got any personal information. No, it doesn't look like I have any personal information as well. No personal information so far. Cool. So I want to show you some of the projects I've been working on, and show you like the actual grind and hustle that I actually do, and show you some of the behind the scenes of what I'm doing to create a remote lifestyle by myself, right? So if you guys don't know this tool, it's called Notion. Really great tool. I would share an affiliate link, but I haven't set it up. And this is actually spur of the moment. But basically, I have a everyday to-do list as well that I do check boxes down the row, right? So I have like different categories. Ooh, that's my water cleaner, by the way. Morning routine that I try to do every single morning. Health as well, so making sure I do yoga, supplements, green juice, all that sort of stuff. Sleeping 8 hours. Relationships. Obviously can't do coffee and dinner meetings at the moment, but I've been doing a lot of e meetings with people. High ticket closing, texting my leads, checking for letter of intent, all that sort of stuff. Weekly YouTube planning as well, like plan, shoot. So I'm like, it's almost essentially kind of like a checklist Kanban, and I can hide these groups if I want. Really my goals for YouTube, planning out SEO topics and all that sort of stuff. Hustle Academy, Kick-Ass Investing. So I've been doing that. That's pretty much what I've been doing on the back end to kind of keep everything together and for myself sane. In terms of like Hustle Academy, I think I already got the domain hustleacademy.life. So I really like that domain, and I'll start building that out. But I'm like creating this offer behind the scenes, and if you guys are curious about I'm using Scott Olsford and Rich and Niche's framework right now to kind of develop my offer and put it all on paper. Obviously, it's far from being launched, but actually not that far, to be honest with you. But kind of show you everything I'm doing. This is kind of like all my thoughts of the product that I'm creating. I've been spending a lot of time on it, building out these steps, these stages. Really, at the end of the day, it comes down to 5 basic steps when creating a remote income, right? And it's so simple, right? Where it's like, okay, stage 1, you need to let me switch back to my face. You need to be able to design a hustle, right? A hustle that sustains your lifestyle, right? Second step, you need to market it. You need to have some sort of marketing strategy, position it the right way. Third thing, you need to be able to sell it. So actually getting on prospect call or speaking to a potential client and really kind of testing and validating your idea as well, right? And then fourth step is really being able to deliver your hustle, right? Making sure that you build raving fans for referral services in the future, which is like, I honestly believe, Facebook strategies, all that sort of stuff, that is great. But the most powerful remote way that you can expand your business is really a referral strategy. People learn to trust you, and I've learned how to build kind of like a passive way to kind of sell myself, where it's not like I'm telling people buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. I'm not like that at all, actually. I build my personal brand by developing relationships with people. People know that I'm a good dude. I always try to put people's interests first, right? And so my reputation goes out there and people refer me, right? Even when they never even use my services, which is crazy. That's awesome, right? And then there's a more active strategy too of like, how do you get buyers in need who are probably, you need to speed up the transaction and you need to deliver really quick on them. And then really learning how to optimize. So really, like again, 5 steps. Really designing your hustle, marketing, selling, um, delivering, and optimizing. And as of today, I was actually thinking about, there's a lot of shitty programs out there. I don't want to just launch another program. I want everything I do to be world class. So I'm developing a really good win-win strategy. I'm just going to take a few students at first and then really make sure that they get the most kick-ass experience so I can really test every single stage out. So that's kind of like what I've been working on the back end. Also, I'm not sure if I can show you this, but I actually built out a whole strat, like a dashboard for my clients and stuff. Like I have, let me see if I have any personal information or sensitive information on here. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't think I have that much as well, but basically, let me kind of hide this because not all the numbers are accurate, but I definitely don't want, I can't put everything out here. So hold on for a second. Let's take a look at my dashboard. Let's hide my client information. Cool. Great. Cool. So I've been building out dashboards for personal finance and stuff. I might make it a future opt-in as well. And this is to kind of show you the inside of my business if you're ever interested, right? So if I were to show you guys, basically I have these general categories and I would expand them, but a lot of them are not ready. But I built whole dashboards, been building a dashboard to help keep track of my high ticket closing clients and all that. So I'll probably be sharing that within my course, or maybe make it a free opt-in. I'm not quite sure yet. So I've been working on that. I've been also working on here's something I can actually show you. I've been actually working on a whole SEO dashboard on my backend. Huge shout out to my friend Tom, by the way. He's been helping me every single step of the way, but really kind of showing you the backend of, like, I built out this whole SEO tool as well, so I can put all the research topics that are doing really hot right now and like filter them by S tier, A tier, all that sort of stuff. Look at the filters and stuff. It looks like I don't have any S tier type of topics, but really prioritizing them as well. What's really cool about tools like Airtable, and I should probably create an affiliate link and all that, but I don't have one at the moment. Like you can actually set everything by calendar, topic, all that sort of stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. Create a new date. I don't know. Cancel. I don't know. Shit. Come on. I don't care about this shit. Anyways, you can create different options where you can just drag on your calendar and really plan out your thing. I also have a lot of user generated questions as well, or I'm creating a new survey to really get the organize my thoughts a lot more. And really this year I've been really focusing on trying to organize everything a lot more than normal, right? So I actually have a survey on here as well. Kind of like, here's my subscriber survey, and all that, just really optimizing it. This actually goes out to my email list as well. So just building out all these assets, man. So really excited for all this sort of shit, man. So just putting that out there. Let me go back into my main screen. Let's take a look at the comments. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to show you the background stuff. I actually wasn't planning on talking about this today, but might as well. Hey Kevin, I still have to catch up. Oh, sorry, you already put that down. Taste and Travel curiously says, sup? Lunchtime, man, still busy here. People still out and about. That's crazy, bro. How are front lines of the pharmacy and all that? By the way, would love to kind of hear what your thoughts about that or what's happening out there. Let's kind of take a look at the Reddit world too. Might as well, right? Because I got about a few more minutes. I guess I got a little bit of time, before I have to go back to work because actually during this time I'm usually fulfilling for a lot of different clients and I'm just like taking a good 30 minutes off. It's obviously a little slower because of the whole corona thing as well. But let's take a look at everything that's happening in the pharmacy Reddit world. Hold on for a second. Cool. So let's take a look. The governor gave a shout out to pharmacists. Maybe people will take it to heart and treat y'all better. Apologize for crappy quality. Interesting. Ask your DM for sneeze guards to be put up in your store immediately, and we're not being provided adequate PPE, and this can be installed if requested. That's freaking awesome. So guys, if you guys are in the pharmacy as well, make sure to really request that sort of stuff. I've been harping for the last few days. It's really important to make sure that our healthcare professionals are protected on the front lines. They risk their lives every single day and they have to come back home to a lot of their families, right? They have their kids, all that sort of stuff, right? Making sure that they're protected as well. Let's see. Kevin, what do you mean when you run out tea? Kevin, what do you do when you run out tea and when you drink bubble tea? I'm still sitting in my car tuning in and ran into this dilemma. Well, actually, what's interesting? I was driving. Well, I don't know where you're located, Dr. Lee, but one of the things that I love bubble tea, by the way. I try not to drink it too much because it has a lot of sugar, so I usually request for it to be no sugar. And this is what I put in. Hold on for a second. Yeah, I get some truvia as well, like to kind of put into my bubble tea and just shake it up. It's a really great alternative, and it like truvia, since it's erythritol, there is a bit of graininess to it, so there's a bit of texture that you can bite into as well. So that was cool. But honestly, most of the places I went to Tea Brick in the 66 the other day. That place was still open, from what I saw. I mean, here's the truth, man. Asian people just don't give a fuck at all. Like, I went to my banh mi place, and I know I don't eat, but I eat banh mi there sometimes. But obviously, banh mi is not keto, so I get the Vietnamese coffee there all the time, man. And so a lot of Asian places are still open. I was actually really surprised this morning. I went to a outside my banh mi place, and there was like a truck and there was a bunch of Mexican people slanging oranges and shit with face masks on. I'm like, damn, this is pretty interesting shit, bro. Like, and mad Chinese and Vietnamese people were fucking buying off this truck. Dude, the hustle game is real. Like, I'm telling you guys, right now, in this state of panic, there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity in the world. And especially, like I said, maybe it's slanging oranges or grapefruit on the back of your freaking pickup truck. But on a more serious note, I think there's going to be huge opportunity within the remote world as well. So that's what I believe. My store is filled 5. What the frick? How many do you normally fill? Like, just for comparison, Taste and Travel. Holy shit, that's crazy. 5,500 scripts last week in 1 week. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how this is going to shape the whole pharmacy map. Yesterday I did talk about Florida approving this bill where it allows pharmacists to kind of handle a lot of these chronic disease states, which I think is great, assuming that pharmacists have enough support to kind of facilitate these services as well. So I think that's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to change a lot of things. I really, really hope as pharmacists that we get away from dispensing so much, right, and offering different services. But we're going to hit so much resistance because guess what? PA is going to be approaching. There's a lot of prescribers, mid-level prescribers in the area, right? Whereas like PAs are in the air, are in demand, right? Maybe we can help relieve some of that demand for PAs or nurse practitioners, but it's going to be difficult at this point. But I also believe that after this is my thoughts. Obviously, I haven't really looked into it too much, but I really do feel like a lot of more pharmacies will probably start doing something like mail order as well to kind of capitalize on the scripts. I think what's happening right now in the pharmacy is a lot of pharmacies are hitting max capacity. They're dealing with logistical issues with the PPE and all that. And not to say that traditional community pharmacies will go away, but I think like in times like these, it just really goes to show you that we need a dedicated type of system to for pharmacists to work remotely so that they can be more productive. Because let's be honest, trying to do anything in the retail pharmacy is so unproductive. We lose so much money due to multitasking and stuff. I know there's a lot of people who are advocates about multitasking, but there's a lot of studies these days and whatnot, and all the top productivity experts say that multitasking is very dangerous. It takes cognitive effort to switch tasks all the time, right? Think about it like this. Like, if you're a pharmacist, we all been through it where like you're literally talking on your phone, your fucking patient is shouting at you, asking you a question, and your tech is trying to ask you a question. It's just like very super dangerous sometimes, man. I can't believe we still let this shit go on. You know, it's costing like the decisions that a lot of these corporations make. They're not the smartest decision. We should have a better process for everything as well. So, all that. Taste and Travel says Curiosity 5,000 plus. Tons of OTC stuff though. I'm surprised you still got OTC stuff, man. When I went to my local pharmacy down the street at Walmart, man, it was like empty. But you know, I'm starting to notice places to kind of die down a little bit more. I went to Costco this morning, not inside, but I just went to go fill up my gas and stuff because I just never know what's going to happen every single day. So I just try to slowly fill up, get everything I need. I bought like 4 pounds of coffee the other day too at Walmart. It was totally gone. So yeah. So make Plaquenil prescriptions. And I think we were talking about this the other day where, sorry, you guys don't want to see that. We're talking about Plaquenil prescriptions, and it's like really, I'm scared for the patients that actually need it, for the lupus patients and all that sort of stuff, rheumatoid arthritis and all that. Because I mean, there's this real hoarding mentality, which is very dangerous. And you know, here's the truth, man. Like, this is like what every pharmacist is kind of worried about. They turn down the prescription. They get reported to, even though they're in the right, you know, patients can make a fuss. They'll complain to corporate. If corporate really doesn't like you, they'll find another way to terminate you, right? That happens all the time. There's a lot of bureaucracy within large corporations, or even worse, they complain to a board of pharmacy and stuff like that, and it just puts a pharmacist through hell. Even though they're doing the right thing, they're protecting their patients as well. There's a just cause, right? Because we can only order so much, right? And if we have regular patients, it's our responsibility to manage those patients, help those patients that come to us all the time, right? So it's really important. Let's kind of take a look at the Reddit type of thing as well. AZ also asked the question, hey, are you still going to BJJ during this quarantine? Unfortunately, no. I mean, they closed all of the gyms down in LA, so it's been kind of a bummer for me. But you know, I totally understand, right? Like, you know, they want to prevent spread of this corona type of stuff. So then, can't do jujitsu. Not a big deal, right? I'll be back to jujitsu probably after this whole thing, you know, is done or whatever. I believe that things will get better. I mean, I don't believe this is the end all be all type of situation for all of us, but I think it raises a lot of good questions, man, like going into the future, the way that we do things. And I think like moments like these are a really great reflection point in our society about how we do things as well, right? Does remote work make more sense than non-remote work? Stuff like that, you know? Sometimes I just like, I take a look at our lives and I'm just like, why do we do these things the way that we're doing them? Is it just because, you know, we're just used to comfort, or is it the most optimal way to handle situations like this? You know, those are things I think about on my free time, actually. So, there's this interesting post on Reddit where it's a staff member tested positive for COVID-19. We are an independent pharmacy and had staff member test positive for COVID-19. We aren't equipped for having our entire staff undergo quarantine for 2 weeks. Please, everyone, take this epidemic seriously. Wear PPE, stay safe. This isn't a drill. We all need hazard pay for this shit. Think of your staff. Patient safety is a priority. Screw what management thinks. Wear PPE. Protect yourselves, your staff, and most importantly, your patients. I would argue against that. I would say yes, everybody wear PPE, but take care of your fucking selves before you take care of your patients. Because guess what? You know, if you try to take care of your patients, if you don't take care of yourselves, then guess what? You're spreading it, right? So we gotta make sure that we put ourselves first. At the end of the day, pharmacists in general are very caring type of people, and they always put other people in front of themselves. So I'm gonna argue against this. Protect yourself before you protect other people, guys. All right. So yeah, that's great. And by the way, for those 7 people who haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. Just a reminder, just for this my videos to get spread out there, because it's very like, here's the thing about my channel. I can talk freely about pharmacy, how we all really think, to be honest with you, right? And just kind of put a voice of reason out there, because a lot of people can't put a face to what they do because they're in the system, right? So there's a retribution for a lot of things. Do you know if coronavirus is affecting pharmacy layoffs? I'm not sure if people are getting laid off right now, to be honest with you, through pharmacy. I really need to take more research on that, but I don't think so. Coronavirus is increasing pharmacy operations and demand for clinical staff. Exactly, right? Healthcare is probably booming right now. Let's take a quick look at, by the way, let me do some research here. CVS stock. Let's take a look really quick. And it might be a little early right now as well. Let's see. Let's take a look at CVS. Looks like it's still at a bottom, 6-month average, right? So we're at 54.70. Let's take a look at Walgreens. Let's take a look at this over the last, let's say, month. Let's see how they're doing. Yeah, it's a little early right now, I would say, since everything got shut down, but you know, stock prices are relatively the same at the moment. So okay, cool. Now let's go back into the pharmacy type of pharmacy Reddit. Garbage bags. We have been officially, oh wow, this is interesting. We have been officially told to give all our masks and gowns to direct patient care personnel, which I support, and our technicians will be wearing garbage bags with holes cut in them to a compound IVs. Techs will be allotted 1 chemo gown. And this is in the hospital, by the way. This is a 700 plus bed adult and children's hospital. That means no batching, reduced BUDs. Not to mention we are severely understaffed before the pandemic, and now staff is dropping like flies due to callouts from actual sickness, fear of. Oh, somebody's calling me right now. I gotta talk to them later. In our state, this is the calm before the storm. We haven't begun to see peak volume. Hydrochloroquine is in the narc vault. Holy shit! Wow, this is crazy shit, guys. And this is kind of like what I was talking about before on the other stream, where it's like a lot of pharmacies are kind of pharmacies were already stressed before. I cannot imagine how, and it's not only pharmacy, it's most healthcare professional practices, right? I cannot imagine the level of burden that they're under right now, and how the system is probably does not have enough fulfillment to cover the needs or demands of the marketplace at the moment, which is very dangerous, by the way. Like, it's not like, you know, in most jobs, right? Like, let's say if you're working at a regular grocery store or something like that, sure, the shelves don't get stocked, big whoop. But guess what? When you put pharmacists or other healthcare professionals under pressure, where there's there's consequences for error, like severe consequences for error, It's that's a big problem, man. I'm kind of curious how pharmacy management is really going to handle situations like this in the future, by the way. So, uh let's see. Walmart stock is a rock. Let's take a look at Walmart, bro. Walmart, and I'll share my screen in a second. Let me just take a look. Damn. Damn, look at this shit. One day, bro. Oh my god, one day. Holy shit. One day it dropped let's see. Wow, it dropped 7%, or sorry, 6%. Holy shit. Let's take a look at the 6 month average, right? Okay, it's still, oh man. That's pretty freaking crazy, guys. Interesting. Do you have any experience with SBA loans? Thinking about applying for one and investing some in the stock market. There's a lot of regulation in terms of SBA, Small Business Administration. I think is that what you're referring to? So the only reason why I'm familiar with it is actually because of Dan Pena's, right? Dan Pena's actually covers SBA loans. There's a lot of paperwork and stuff like that involved. Obviously they're like, um, I believe they're non-recourse, but I forget who. They might be non-recourse to. I'm not sure if they're non-recourse to the actual person receiving the loan or to the lender, right? I can't remember. Let me take a look at it really quick. I forgot. It's been a while since I've looked at SBA loans. I was asking one of my friends as well. Let's see. Let's take a look at NerdWallet. What to do if you can't pay back your SBA loan? Blah, 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 blah. You took a small loan to grow your business, but had every intention of paying it. You experienced hardships. It's not uncommon. 1 in 6 out of SBA 7A loans issued weren't paid back. So the lender may try to collect. Was it non-recourse? And non-recourse means that they can't go after your personal assets, right? If you default, the lender takes a loss on loan and submits the loss to SBA to honor guarantee. SBA guarantees that up to 85 loans, 85% government. So it looks like it's non-recourse, but yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. AZ, by the way. So cool. Oh yeah, and you're asking what non-recourse means. It means that they can't go after your personal assets, right? So they can't go after your home, your car, stuff like that. But you gotta double check. There's a lot of tape, like, because assuming, let's see, let me see if they're non-recourse. Yeah, I gotta do more research on it. I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry, AZ. So there's that. All right, so we talked about Walmart, and let's take a look at the general Reddit thing. Let's see what's happening in the world too. You know what? I've been really appreciating Reddit a lot more, and as well, I'm kind of curious what one of the really popular Reddit for subreddits I really like is shower thoughts, by the way. And so the main like, it's just really interesting stuff here. No one wants to die, however, the cells make up. Nothing interesting here. But let's take a look at the main Reddit page, see what's happening in the world during all this like crisis and shit. You can tell one of my things is I go to is Dan Pena Reddit. Donald Trump slept during a thing, all that sort of stuff. This lady is getting supplies. So funny, man. Reddit is great shit. All right, guys. Is America top 3 in COVID-19 cases yet? I heard we're aiming to be number 1, America, during this quarantine. Okay, cool. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much it. I'm going to end the stream a little early just because I have some clients to get back to, you guys. If you guys have any specific topics that you want me to cover, make sure to leave them in comments. I know Dr. Lee requested more of how to create a remote income and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do some research and try to craft up something before tomorrow's stream. By the way, tomorrow's stream is going to be at 6 p.m. by the way, not 3 p.m. And we're talking Pacific Standard Time. So that's that. That's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys stay safe as always. Number one, if people keep on going L2. Yeah, dude, have you guys? I know I was watching David So's thing, and he was like clowning on the people who are in Florida who are on the beaches, man. Oh my god, crazy fucking things. I can't believe the government like they didn't shut that down yet. If it's still going on, by the way, but just interesting things, man. So, anyways, guys, stay safe, stay hustling. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out, mother people. Bye. Fuck.